Yankees universe. Buckle up, because today's ride through the Bronx is about to get wild. If you're here for cold hard truths, jaw-dropping updates, and that unmistakable pinstripe energy, you're in the right place. What we've got today is nothing short of a triple threat. Rookie fireworks, a veteran shakeup, and whispers of a regret that could echo through Yankee history. From the emergence of a young arm who's already rewriting expectations, to a bullpen surprise that might have flown under the radar, and the emotional tug-of-war behind one of the most talked-about exits in recent memory, yeah, we've got a lot to unpack. And if you're not already fired up, just wait until we get into these three bombshells. Let's kick things off with a name you better start remembering: Will Warren. The kid is pitching like he's got something to prove, and trust me, he does. Last night, under the bright lights and with the Bronx faithful behind him, Warren didn't just show up. He showed out. 5 2/3 innings of pure dominance. 10 strikeouts, a new personal best, and not a single hitter in a Texas uniform looked comfortable facing him. The man was electric from the jump. First 7 batters, 5 of them walked back to the dugout wondering what just happened. And it wasn't just overpowering velocity. Nah, this was surgical. Warren mixed his fastball with a sweeping slider and a sinker that just disappeared. The Rangers had no answers, and if you thought this was a one-time thing, think again. This marks the second straight outing where Warren's topped his own strikeout total. That's growth. That's confidence. That's what future stars are made of. There was a moment in the early innings that really set the tone. Josh Smith reaches on a drop third strike, a fluky play, but Warren stays locked in. The very next batter, boom, double play. Classic strike him out, throw him out action. That's poise, that's presence, that's a young man owning the moment. But he wasn't alone. Behind him, the kids kept it rolling. Ben Rice launched his 10th home run of the season, a no-doubt shot that reminded everyone why the Yankees youth movement is alive and well. And just when you thought it couldn't get any better, Aaron Judge stepped in and did what Aaron Judge does. Absolutely obliterated a pitch in the 8th inning for his 16th homer of the year. That moonshot put him right behind Shohei Ohtani in the home run race. And let's be real, when Judge is locked in, there's no one more terrifying at the plate. Defensively, it was a team effort. Mark Leiter Jr. came in with runners on and calmly slammed the door. Devin Williams followed with another lights-out inning, just suffocating hitters with precision. And hey, even Anthony Volpe got in on the action. A little bloop RBI single that found grass in center. Not flashy, but effective. The kind of hit that gives your team breathing room and demoralizes the other side. And when Jonah Heim finally broke the shutout with a 2-run homer in the 9th, Luke Weaver came in and said, "Now we're done here. 2 pitches, game over. Yankees take it 5-2. But let's be clear, this wasn't just another win. This was a statement. Will Warren didn't just help the team get the W. He made it clear he's not just here to pitch, he's here to dominate. Now, as if that performance didn't already have everyone buzzing, the bullpen saga took a twist of its own. A name that had slowly worked its way back into the spotlight, Tyler Matik, is now heading right back out of it. Just a few hours ago, news broke that the veteran lefty has elected free agency, walking away from the Yankees after clearing waivers and rejecting an outright assignment to the minors. That's right, Matik's time in pinstripes might be over, for now at least. Let's rewind a bit. Matik, now 34, was on the comeback trail. After battling through a whirlwind of injuries and setbacks, he finally made it back to the majors earlier this year. Signed to a minor league deal back in February, he clawed his way up from Scranton to earn a shot in the bigs by mid-April. His numbers: 6 1/3 innings, 4.26 ERA, 7 strikeouts, but also 11 hits and 5 walks. In other words, flashes of the old brilliance, but nowhere near consistent enough. The stuff was still there. The command, not so much. When the Yankees activated Jonathan Loaiziga from the injured list, someone had to go. Matik drew the short straw and was designated for assignment, and instead of taking the demotion, he bet on himself again. You've got to respect that. Remember, this isn't just any reliever. This is the same Tyler Matik who was a first-round pick back in 2011, who debuted with the Rockies in 2014 and who re-emerged as a postseason hero with the Braves in 2020. That guy was elite, 92 innings. Over 2 seasons, a 2.64 ERA, strikeout rate over 30%, and a huge role in the Braves World Series push in 2021. But then came the elbow issues. Tommy John surgery in 2022, a lost season in 2023, and a hopeful shot in 2024 that just didn't stick. His fastball still touched 94 miles per hour. Not quite the peak he once had, but still firm. The slider, still nasty, but without the control, none of it mattered. And now he's back on the market. Maybe another team takes a flyer. Maybe even the Yankees circle back with another offer down the line. But for now, that chapter closes. And even though it didn't end with fireworks, you never know in baseball. Sometimes these guys go away only to return with something to prove. Could Matik be one of those stories? Time will tell. And just when you thought things couldn't. Get any more dramatic, here comes the real gut punch. Juan Sodto? Yeah, we're going there. Just days after returning to Yankee Stadium in a Mets uniform, a report surfaced that has shaken fans to their core. According to longtime insiders, Sodto never wanted to leave. That's right, the man who mashed 41 home runs in the Bronx last season. The guy who posted a career-high 8.1 WR and looked like the perfect long-term piece alongside Aaron Judge. That same Juan Sodto reportedly wanted to stay. But his family had other plans. Let that sink in. According to the report, Sodto was genuinely torn during free agency. The Yankees made a strong offer. 16 years, $760 million. But the Mets? 15 years, $765 million. One fewer year, $5 million more. That was the difference. And reportedly, it wasn't Sodto who pushed for the switch. It was his family. Specifically, members of his inner circle with ties to Mets ownership. They leaned hard into the appeal of Steve and Alex Cohen. And being the loyal family man, is Sodto listened, signed the deal, changed the course of his career. And now he's looking around the Mets clubhouse, reportedly not smiling, not laughing, not the same guy. On paper, the numbers are solid. 8 home runs, 20 RBIs, on-base percentage north of 370. But look closer and the cracks start to show. His expected weighted on-base average, a stellar .435. The actual number, just .359. He's hitting the ball well, but not getting rewarded. His batting average on balls in play has dropped from .298 last year to .258 this year. That's a classic sign of bad luck. But this isn't just about metrics. It's about energy, about presence, about a player who lit up the Bronx now looking like a shadow of himself in Queens. And the fans, they haven't forgotten. This past weekend, Yankee Stadium was electric. 3 straight sellouts, thunderous ovations, and Sodto soaking it. All in from the other side of the rivalry. According to the report, he looked around and saw what he left behind. And you have to wonder, does he regret it? Would he do it differently if given the chance? Because here's the thing, the Yankees wanted him. They were willing to build around him, and Sodto, by all accounts, wanted that too. But $5 million and a nudge from the family changed the story. Now, it's a tale of what could have been, and maybe, just maybe, what could still be. After all, baseball has a funny way of circling back, and that's where we're at. Today, Yankees Nation, Will Warren stepping up and flashing ace potential. Tyler Matik walking away, leaving a hole in the bullpen and a question mark on his future. And Juan Sodto, still raking, still a star, but maybe not quite at home. Maybe still looking over his shoulder at the Bronx, wondering what might have been. And that's just the start. But the ripple effects of all this go far beyond just numbers and names. This is about energy, momentum, the kind of undercurrent that can define a season before the All-Star break even hits. Will Warren's breakout could be more than just a hard stretch. It might be the moment the Yankees' rotation finds its next pillar. With Garrett Cole still on the mend and Carlos Rodon battling his own inconsistencies, a young, fearless arm stepping up is exactly what the Bombers needed. He's not just filling a gap, he's earning his place pitch by pitch. And with each strikeout, he's sending a message. The future isn't just coming, it's already here. Add that to Ben Rice slugging his way into relevance and Volpe showing. The kind of grit that wins games in October, and you start to see something forming. A core, a crew, a vibe. Meanwhile, the bullpen moves remind us how fragile that puzzle can be. One week, you've got a reliable veteran getting meaningful outs, and the next, he's gone. The Tyler Matik chapter may not have ended with a bang, but make no mistake, losing a lefty with his potential hurts, especially for a team that's always looking for late-inning leverage arms. And it underscores just how quickly things shift. When expectations are sky high, the Yankees are chasing a championship. There's no time for maybe, no space for waiting. If you can't produce now, the train moves on without you. And then there's Sodto, arguably the most dramatic story hanging over this entire Yankee season, even though he's no longer in pinstripes. What he left behind isn't just a jersey or a fan base. He left behind chemistry, electricity. He and Aaron Judge were becoming something special, something rare. That kind of duo doesn't just walk through the clubhouse every day. They were thunder and lightning, power and poise. And now, with Sodto in Queens, the Yankees are left filling a hole that was never meant to be there. You can feel it in the way the team plays. You can feel it in the way fans still chant his name when he returns. You can feel it in Soto's own body language. It's not bitterness, it's not resentment, it's something deeper, it's longing, regret. The kind you only notice when the cheers fade and you're left wondering if you bet on the right dream. 'Cause money comes and goes. But playing for the Yankees, that's legacy, that's history. That's the kind of thing players talk about in their Hall of Fame speeches. Sodto had it. He lived it. And now he watches from the other side of the city, still hitting, still producing, but maybe not quite glowing the way he once did in the Bronx spotlight. And whether he ever finds his way back, or whether that door closes forever, will depend on how this Mets era unfolds. But for now, Yankee fans watch, reflect, and wait. Not because they're bitter, but because they know greatness when they see it. And Juan Sodto in pinstripes, that was greatness. So here we are, caught in a moment of transition. A rookie rewriting out of headlines, a veteran quietly stepping aside, and a superstar possibly staring down the wrong side of history. That's the beauty and the heartbreak of baseball. It doesn't wait for anyone. It moves forward, pitch by pitch, game by game. And in the Bronx, that clock ticks louder than anywhere else. One thing's for sure, this season is far from settled. The Yankees are still in the fight, still building, still figuring out exactly who they are. But with young guns like Warren, rising, the memory of Sodto lingering, and the ever-rotating bullpen wheel turning, there's no shortage of fire fueling this team's run. And in the Bronx, that's all you need. A spark, a swing, a moment. And just like that, everything can change. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. In a move that has sent shockwaves through the world of baseball, Shohei Ohtani is officially a New York Yankee. After weeks of speculation and intense negotiations, the Bronx faithful can finally rejoice. Baseball's two-way superstar is headed to Yankee Stadium. The confirmation of the deal marks one of the most monumental acquisitions in the franchise's storied history, and fans across New York have erupted in celebration. Ohtani, who has dazzled both on the mound and at the plate since his MLB debut, brings a rare combination of pitching dominance and offensive firepower. The 2021 AL MVP is expected to reshape the Yankees' roster and strategy, offering versatility that few players in history have ever matched. Known for his towering home runs and electric fastballs, Ohtani now joins a franchise hungry to return to its championship pedigree. The streets of the Bronx were alive with energy as news of the signing broke. Fans gathered outside Yankee Stadium, waving flags, chanting his name, and donning Ohtani jerseys that had appeared in stores within hours. Social media exploded with highlights, memes, and expressions of disbelief and excitement. "This is a new era," said one lifelong Yankees fan. "We haven't had a signing this big since Judge re-signed, and even that doesn't compare." The Yankees front office had remained tight-lipped during the negotiations, fueling speculation across the league. Competing teams reportedly included the Dodgers, Mets, and Cubs, but in the end, the allure of Yankees history, legacy, and market power proved decisive. While contract details remain under wraps, Insiders suggest the deal ranks among the most lucrative in sports history. For OHTANI, this marks the beginning of a new chapter in a career that has already broken countless barriers. For the Yankees, it's a bold step toward reclaiming baseball dominance. And for fans, it's a dream come true. Opening day in the Bronx can't come soon enough. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.